Umarak's form is completely mine to command. My quest begins now.
Gathered friends, listen again to our legend of the BIONICLE. Long ago, on the island of Okoto, it was a time of celebration. Attacking the city with a horde of shadow beasts, Umarak the Destroyer was defeated by the mighty Toa. And Makuta's mask of control destroyed, never to be used by the Dark Lord again. Not all was well on the island, however. While unity had been restored to the populace, a single individual had distanced himself from the tribes, choosing to live on the outskirts of the city. Meanwhile, the Toa and the other Okotans were unaware that Makuta's plan had carried on unaffected by Umarak's defeat. With a powerful connection between the Shadow Hunter and Dark Lord, Makuta possessed Umarak's body to use for himself. Now, Makuta marches on the ancient city he used to call home, intent on displaying his power to all that inhabit the island. Oh, I'm terribly sorry. Yeah, it's alright. Just help me pick it up.
It is quite the sight to behold. Unity restored to the city at last. Indeed it is. To think that just a week ago they wanted to go back to their regions. You 6, my apologies. You 12 have done so much for this island in the short time you have been here. To think that a mere 6 months ago, I was resting in endless slumber just a few streets away in a decrepit mausoleum. Is an endless sleep really resting, though? No, it certainly is not. Where are your brothers and sister? Onua, Gali, and Kopaka are teaching their morning meditation class. I think Liwa and Vizuna went exploring somewhere, and Bohar too. Well, you can guess. Yes. I'm afraid it's going to take time for that young one to come back into the city. Well, until he does, I doubt Pohatu's going to stop checking on him. He is nothing if not persistent. Let us hope that does not drive Akmau further away.
Thanks, buddy. Wish me luck. Need some help there?
I could have gotten that myself.
I'm sure you could have.
Go away.
Have you reconsidered? At all?
No. If I'm cursed, staying out here is the safest place for everyone else.
You're not cursed, Akmu.
Oh yeah? Then how come everything bad that happened was directly related to me? I oversaw the hammers, and one went missing on my watch. Because of that, it almost started a war between the two tribes. Then I get fed up and try to leave, unintentionally starting a revolutionary movement that almost led to the destruction of the entire city.
To be fair, the only reason you were fed up was because of me. I was sort of giving you mixed signals on the whole unity thing.
That's not your fault.
Yes, it is. And I'll own up to that every single day. Everyone makes mistakes, Akmu. Don't let some of mine keep you from enjoying the city with everyone else.
I've done too much harm. They wouldn't want me anyway. It's best if you just leave me alone.
Akmu.
Please leave.
The gates are always open. Anytime you want to come back home.
I love the smell of fresh mountain air in the morning. You ready, Vizuna?
I don't know about this, Liwa.
Oh, come on. It'll be fun.
I think you and I may have different opinions on what constitutes fun.
Uxar will be right next to us the whole time, won't you, pal?
Uh-huh.
You want to take a running start?
How about you go ahead and go, and I'll take a running start back to my hut in the city.
Oh, come on. On the count of 3.
I don't think...
1.
Well, honestly, this really isn't...
2,
I mean, trees are one thing, but mountains are...
3.
Ah!
Woohoo!
I'm gonna die, 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 I'm gonna...
That's it. You're getting it.
I am? Oh, I am! Ha! Ha! Look at me! I'm flying! Hey, there's a destructive jungle. I can see everything up here. Ha! This is amazing!
Told you he'd like it.
So, how was the first day of solo teaching?
It was good. I think I am starting to get the hang of it.
I'm so glad you finally calmed yourself, brother.
As am I. This new Kopaka is twice the Toa the old introverted one was.
Unity has brought out the best in all of us, sister. Whatever Makuta decides to throw at us next, we are ready for it.
Flying Toa at 12 o'clock. Was that the protector of jungle? Looks like it. The jungle coatings get all the fun. I hear ya. I'm pretty sure Toa Tahu can fly too. Yeah, why is that? What even is the creature of fire? No clue. You could say that for all the creatures, though. True. I mean, I guess the creature of water is some sort of... shark... thing? Creature of jungle is some sort of insect, which I guess makes sense. Jungle, insects. And what about the creatures of ice and earth? They're pretty much the exact same thing, but different colors. Yeah, whatever ancient deity created our world got lazy with them. It was like, I'll just add some fingers to this one and make it purple. 100%. You ever wonder where we came from? Not really. You? Sometimes. You think we'll ever figure out the answers?
I know, but the answers would destroy your tiny little minds.
Morning. How'd it go with Akmo?
Same as the last few tries.
Don't worry. You'll come around eventually.
That was amazing! Thanks, Liwa!
You took him flying?
Yep. Wanted to make it up to him for having to trek through the region of ice last week without me.
It was not that bad.
Says the Toa of ice.
How'd Frosty's first day of teaching go?
Very well. How is Ikimu faring this morning, Tahu?
He's well. Getting rid of the mask of control that's all put him at ease. Hopefully, someday soon, he won't ever have to think about the name Makuta again.
I'm starting to wonder if he's ever going to bother showing his mask around this place, after the beatdown we gave Umarak and his army. With his mask on and 3 armies of minions defeated, I doubt he really has anything left to throw at us.
It's Umarak!
Well, so much for that.
No.
You work fast, Toa. The city is looking better than it has in thousands of years. I commend the workmanship of the Okotans.
Thanks. Where you been, Umarak?
That's not Umarak! Isn't it?
No. That voice.
We have heard it before, in the vault where the Mask of Creation was stored.
Makuta.
Apologies for my ragged appearance, but Umarak didn't have time to make himself presentable before I took control of his body.
Body or no, we'll stop you, Makuta, just as we have all of your schemes.
Someone want to explain Tahu's joke to me? I don't get it.
You have stopped nothing, Toa. Everything that has transpired has happened as I have wished it. I come today not to fight, however, but to offer this warning. Stay out of my way, and you all shall live. Resist and perish.
Okay, all I heard was blah 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 resist Makuta. Anyone else want to stop him once and for all?
No, don't! Toa, attack!
So be it.
be in the way.
But we have to help them.
I'm afraid this is their fight, and theirs alone. Makuta's too powerful for you six to face.
So what? We're just supposed to stand by and watch?
Unfortunately, yes.
Sorry, Liwa.
Guitar, get off. I've got an idea. I'm gonna take a running start. You're gonna throw me in the air toward Makuta. Got it? Here goes nothing. Oh, come on.
Okay, so this isn't working. Any ideas?
I've got an idea. Combine elements and attack him together.
An extra dose of unity. I like it. Ohatu!
Water!
And ice.
Take that, you stupid body snatcher!
How amusing.
That didn't even slow him down.
What do we do?
We keep fighting. This won't stop us. We'll fight on until the end. We'll find a way to stop you.
Go back to the maze. Then we'll see if your resolve to stop me still burns like fire. Brother.
Tahu, are you alright?
No.
Where'd he go? Did he just leave?
Why did he not finish the job?
To make a statement. However he has done it, Makuta has transferred his consciousness to Umarak's body, and has brought his power over shadows with him. Makuta is the most powerful being we have ever seen, and no one can stop him. Not even you.
That's what he wants us to think. We'll find a way to stop him.
I have no doubt that you will.
So, what's Makuta's next move? He trances us and then just leaves.
To do what, though?
I fear he will seek out the broken pieces of the Mask of Ultimate Power. With the pieces combined, he will be able to open a portal between our two worlds. His true form will emerge, and he really will be unstoppable. Then we find them first. Did the creatures hide the pieces like they did with the masks of creation and control? I feared as much. When I knocked the mask off of Makuta, it split into several pieces, and the resulting energy is what opened the portal to the Shadow Realm. The explosion that followed scattered the pieces across the island. Not even the creatures can find where they went.
So maybe Makuta won't be able to either?
Because of the dark power the mask held, Makuta will be able to detect the pieces and collect them.
Then we must stop him before he can collect all of them.
All the pieces? He just wiped the floor with us with none of the pieces. How are we supposed to beat him if he's even more powerful?
I might have an idea.
Absolutely not.
I'm with Gally on this, Tahu. We can't leave the city vulnerable.
The city already is vulnerable. Makuta could level it completely, and there'd be nothing we could do to stop him.
I don't know. I feel like going back to the maze is playing into his hands. If he didn't want us to go back there, why would he actually tell us to go back there?
All I know is that place holds other mysteries. The inscription on the doorway said we could learn more about ourselves as well as find control.
And we did. Both Pohatu and I learned how to commune with our elements more effectively.
Exactly. You learned control. But did you really find any answers about yourself while in there? I think there's more to discover in the maze.
What do you expect to find?
I don't know what to expect. But unless Akimo has some sort of magic door we can step in to gain additional power, I don't think we really have any other options.
So, what are the chances of you having something hidden away for us to use, Mask Maker?
This is a problem beyond my knowledge. I have nothing more to offer you in terms of masks or armor. I will offer my advice where I can. But unfortunately, I feel that this is a challenge for you to solve.
Great. Even Akimu's stumped.
That hasn't stopped us before. We'll find a way to beat Makuta. It is our destiny, after all.
Has Makuta returned already?
Unlikely. This has to be something else.
That's far enough. Whoever you are, state your business.
My business, you ask? Well, how long do you have? It is quite the story.
Who are you?
I am Vezon, a weary, interdimensional traveler.
Interdimensional? Like different realms?
Well, you could say that.
Why are you here?
Because my Kanohi Olmak dropped me here, and I'm afraid that I have little control over where or when I travel.
What is this Kanohi Olmak?
What's a Kanohi? Well, this one is very different, isn't it? Where I come from, a Kanohi is our word for mask.
Okay. Why not just call it a mask then?
Because sometimes it is more fun to be needlessly complicated. What should we do, Toa? Should we run him out of here? Toa? Oh, you're not what I was expecting at all. So, what about you little guys then? What are you then? Agori? Matoran?
We're Okotans.
Okotans? Okotans. Well, that is a new one to me. Well. Who do we have here? You know Taraga, but you're a bit short for a great spirit, aren't you?
I am Akimu the Mask Maker. What are your intentions?
To be frank, I have no clue whatsoever. I sort of just make things up as I go. Sometimes I stick around for a while, but other times I end up moving on almost as soon as I arrive. It's not really up to me.
If you show no ill will toward us, then we will show none to you. However, I'm afraid we will not be as hospitable as we would like to be. An evil force plagues our island, and we must focus all efforts to stop it.
Evil force threatening an island? Oh, how original. So, what is his name, or hers? Ladies can be evil too. Let me tell you about this one named Tuyet.
Makuta, my brother.
Not a Makuta, just Makuta. Interesting.
He seeks a mask of power that can make him unstoppable.
Sounds like something a Makuta would do. Well, today's your lucky day. I have no friend to anyone named Makuta, so I'll help you out.
I think we'll be able to manage.
Then why did I watch you six have to peel yourselves off the pavement earlier?
We're just having an off day.
Uh-huh.
You may stay in the city as long as you don't cause trouble. And leave the hero work to us.
Whatever you say, Norik? No, you don't seem like a Jala.
Protectors, find our guest a place to stay while he's here.
Yes, Mask Maker.
This way. Lovely meeting you, Toa.
That guy give anyone else the creeps?
Something is very off about him, for sure.
We will have to keep a close eye on this one.
Just one more thing to worry about.
He seemed to know a lot about us without knowing much at all.
He wasn't surprised that our island is in danger.
I don't think that it's a coincidence that he shows up right after Makuta does.
He said he was no friend of Makuta. Of course, he may have been lying.
Bad guys? Lying? What a concept!
The Protectors will keep a close eye on him. In the meantime, we must focus back on Makuta.
The first piece is close. Nearly unlimited power left to sit in the dirt for thousands of years. What a waste.
You keep saying we shouldn't go take a look at the maze, yet you're not providing any alternatives for how to stop Makuta.
I don't like the idea of leaving the city undefended while Makuta roams free. I don't have an idea on how to stop him except that if we remain united, we will achieve our destiny.
We don't have to leave the city completely unguarded. We can leave the elemental creatures here with the Protectors and their guard forces.
That's still cutting our strength in half. Unity has to mean all of us.
I get that, but we've split up before.
Perhaps we should.
That was different, Tahu. We were facing Umarak or Skull Spiders, not the Dark Lord himself.
True, but...
Exactly! We had time! That's something we're sorely lacking right now. If at least one of us goes to the maze...
Then that one, probably being you, will get caught on whatever trap Makuta has set, and will be down a Toa or creature.
I could go on my own!
And then what? You just sail to the other island without a Kier?
That's a fair point. So I'll take Ikir with me.
Have you not been listening to me?
By the moons, enough! You both make excellent points, but neither of you is willing to see the other side.
It's because I'm right!
Exactly my point. We should table this discussion for later. It's late and we're all worn out from today's battle. We can reconvene in the morning and settle this.
I'm with Onua. I know we as Toa don't need to sleep to survive, but I'd sure like to right now.
Days past I would have disagreed, but we are no use to Okoto if we are exhausted. We cannot face Makuta if a slight breeze could knock us over.
And this is coming from Kopaka. Let's not forget that just about a week ago he camped out on the roof night and day waiting for danger to strike.
You're right. Let's go get some rest.
You're not going to join them? No. I think we need some time to ourselves right now. Today's events are troubling. To me especially. The idea that Makuta is out there right now. I don't even want to think about it. Me either. Beautiful, isn't it? It is. Narmoto told me the Red Stars would help keep the prophecy of heroes alive during the dark times. Likewise for the other tribes. Back in my time, the 6-colored stars were thought to be the representation of the elemental creatures in the heavens. A reminder of where the elements came from. Little did we know, they represented you. If you hadn't watched everything unfold with the Mask of Time, would you believe the prophecy? Everything is a little much. My vision was more a vague sense of danger than an actual prediction of the future. That said, having witnessed everything you 12 have accomplished, I absolutely would. Do you not think it is your destiny to defeat Makuta? Yes, but there are times I wonder, what does completing our destiny even mean? The answers we seek are rarely written in stone, or easy to grasp. I have done all I can to help you these last few months, whether it be through action or advice. All I can add now is to have faith in yourself and your team. Thank you, Maskmaker. Of course.
Whoa! Where did you come from?
The forest. I'm cold. May I share your fire?
Sure.
What are you doing outside the city?
Where have you been? I'm an outcast. No one wants me.
Really?
Yeah? Why are you here? Shouldn't you be in there with them?
No, I don't have any friends either. My village was destroyed by skull spiders, and I was trapped in the region of Earth until recently.
Oh, I'm sorry. What's your name?
I am Pterodax.
Nice to meet you. I'm Akmu.
So why are you an outcast?
I made some bad decisions. I almost destroyed the city. It's safer for everyone if I stay out here.
What happened?
Well, first I was accused of being an agent of Makuta. Then To'opohatu said we had to be unified, but didn't want to be unified with his elemental creature. His hypocrisy caused a big ruckus, and I decided to leave. But before I could, the city was attacked by this maniac named Umarak, and I accidentally let them in past the gate. The Toa managed to stop him, thankfully, but we almost lost everything because of me.
Doesn't sound like any of that is your fault.
Really?
The way I see it, those that wrongly accused you of treason are to blame. If they hadn't caused you to become a social pariah, then you never would have accidentally let Umarak in past the gate. If anything, the destruction of the city lies on the shoulders of Nuri and Kiwi.
I guess you could look at it that way. Hey, wait, how did you know?
Another way to look at it is that Pohatu is to blame. His hypocrisy drove you further away. You would have recovered from being mocked and embarrassed in front of the entire city. But because of Pohatu, you almost led a revolution against Ikimu.
I mean, I guess, but how?
Wouldn't it be nice to do something about it? To have your revenge on those who have slighted you?
Yes? No, I can't.
Touch this, and you will have all the power you could ever want, and more.
Touch the peace, Akmao.
No! Makuta? You tricked me.
I did no such thing. You chose to touch the peace. You chose to claim the power of shadows for yourself.
What's happening to me?
The Toa bicker amongst themselves instead of discovering their destiny. Another threat is needed to speed along their decision to travel back to the maze. You shall serve as that threat. You shall be my Toa of Shadow.
I live to serve, my lord.
Come with me.
Where are we?
The resting place of one of my former minions. The Lord of Skull Spiders. Never meant to be a match for the Toa, merely a tool to bring them to the island. Like any tool, his usefulness ran its course, and I allowed him to be cast aside.
Unceremoniously tossed over the side of the bridge to his doom.
Indeed. Perhaps he can be useful once more. I brought Kulta and his horde back from the dead. What's a simple spider? What to do?
It will be done. What's wrong?
Morning. And how are you two today? My night was fine, thank you for asking. quick question. Is it normal that in this dimension for giant spidery creatures to be crawling around on the sides of buildings? I'll take that as a no.
Okay, anyone think this thing is familiar?
That is bad. Indubitably, it is the Lord of Skull Spiders.
Again, why can't we fight things and just stay dead?
Well, that's not very Toa-y of you.
Ignore him. Focus on the spider.
Don't let it escape.
Oh goody, the Toa are walking into an obvious trap. The plot thickens.
We've got it now.
Having fun yet? What?
Rap! Called it.
A little help?
So, I guess the spider holds a grudge.
Guitar! Who are you? So you're a hypocrite and stupid. You've got a bunch of rocks in your head, Pohatu. Wait. Akmu? That's Toa Akmu to you. Toa of Shadow. How? Why? Makuta has shown me who I truly am. Who I was destined to be. Can you say the same about yourself? No, this isn't you. You'd rather me be a loser. The outcast without family. The one who almost destroyed the city. No, that wasn't you either. You don't know anything about me.
Well, this is boring.
Thanks.
Don't mention it. Let's go help Pohatu.
Stay back. It's me he wants. Yes, and Nuri, and Kiwi. Before I was known as the one who accidentally almost destroyed the city. Now I'll be known as the one who intentionally, completely destroyed the city. You know I won't let that happen. There you go again. Unity, Akmu. Unity is so great. But I'll just do everything myself. I don't need Unity. Where's your creature now if you're so friendly with it, huh? This isn't Kata's fight. This is between you and me. We both know I made a mistake, but I've moved past my issues with Unity. Care to remember back to Umarak's assault on the city? I remember plenty. I should have opened all the gates.
Miwa, keep him off balance.
Woo! Teamwork!
Good call, Golly.
Thanks. Let's go help Pohatu.
You're beginning to tire, Toa of Pebbles. Nonsense. This is just a little exercise.
He won't let us interfere.
And he's pulling his punches.
Is that really Akmu?
I believe that he used to be Akmu.
This isn't a fight Pohatu can win on his own. We have to help.
We can't hurt Akmu, though.
We sure about that? Because Akmu's doing a pretty good job hurting Pohatu.
Okay, so for symbolic reasons, this fight is between me and him. However, I think I might need your help on this one, buddy. The Toa cheats now. 2-on-1 isn't a fair fight. Do you want me to be unified or not? Make up your mind.
That thing in his chest.
Well, look who's finally beginning to understand.
Pohatu, you have to destroy the orb in his chest.
Okay, why?
I think that's the source of his power. Destroying it might return him to normal.
10 points for the blue one. She gets it.
What if it doesn't work? Yes, Pohatu. What if you kill me by mistake? How tragic. The Toa of Stone kills the very Akoshin he tried so hard to save. They'll write stories about it for decades. Well, are you gonna do it or not? Here, free shot. Ogmu, do you know what will happen? Not a clue. Let's find out together. I accidentally hurt you before, Ogmu. I could never do it purposefully. Ha! Look at your supposed heroic Toa, everyone. Pohatu is so weak, he won't even take the chance that I might be hurt to save me. Who's the weakling now? Who's the...
Pohatu?
Right here, Ogmu.
I'm sorry. I didn't want...
It's okay. It's okay. Is he? I don't know. We need to have him looked at.
We have a healer just over the... Look out!
Finally killed it. That has got to be the second biggest spider I've ever seen.
How did you know that was going to work?
Well, the thing lit up every time he tried killing Pebbles over there, and since he wasn't originally like that, it was a safe assumption that he'd be returned to normal. Let's not forget your sis had the same idea.
You didn't have a right to do that, though.
Honestly, Tehu.
Tahu!
Whatever. You're lucky I was here, honestly. I don't think any of you would have had the guts to see if it would have worked or not. You seem to spend too much time thinking and not enough time acting. You're going to have to try harder than that. Interesting plan. Obviously a distraction to get the Toa to do something you want them to do. I'm not sure it went exactly as you wanted it to, though.
Who are you?
This is rich. I've actually thrown a Makuta off his plan. Whether you're a species or just an individual, you do like your schemes, don't you?
You are not of this world, but of the other one.
Oh, so you do have some idea about alternate dimensions. Interesting. To answer your question, I am Vezon. And yes, I'm not from your world. I'm honestly not sure if I'm from the other one either. I've lost count of how many dimensions I've jumped through, so who knows if I'm jumping back into my original or not.
What do you want?
A while back, I called myself the Toa of Anarchy. The title ended up growing on me, so I wanted to do just that, to spread a little chaos. You want to rule this world, obviously. 9 out of 10 Makutas do, and I think I can help you.
What do you want in return?
Oh, not anything special, really. However, you are a being of immense power, correct? I have this little problem with uncontrollable dimension hopping. Maybe you could help me fix that.
Perhaps.
Either way, I don't really care. I just love ruining a Toa's day. They all get righteous and angry when you do, and they call you evil and stuff. It gives me a thrill. So, what do you want me to do?
There is a maze on another island. The Toa must go there for my rise to power to reach completion.
And that's what this was all about. Like I said earlier, it didn't work. They hesitated when it came to saving the little guy. Great Spirit forbid they accidentally hurt him. If you want them all to go, you're going to need to do something a little more obvious. Maybe Scorch, go to the maze, into the jungle?
I have something in mind. Stay close to them, and you shall get what you want.
Have fun.
I didn't want to be this destructive, Toa, But you have forced my hand.
How is he?
He's going to be fine.
Thank the stars.
Vizon is lucky that he did not kill him.
Perhaps it is his quick action that actually saved Akmau. Would any of us have been able to strike?
I still don't trust Vazon. What Onua says makes sense. We've been too cautious. We should have gone to the maze the second we had the chance yesterday, instead of standing around arguing about it.
If we had done that, would we have been back in time to stop this attack?
I'd argue this attack happened because we didn't go to the maze.
What's all this about a maze? Is there one we can visit? I was trapped at the bottom of a staircase for a very long time. A maze would be a nice change of pace.
We are not going to the maze. If Makuta wants us to go, then we shouldn't go.
Maybe he said he wants us to go because he knew we'd do the opposite of what he said. So we have to do the opposite of what he said.
Makes perfect sense to me. Let's go.
No, we are not.
Are you alright?
Vision of water. We have to go to the Vision of Water.
Golly, what's wrong?
Something terrible has happened. We need to go.
Then we're going.
Have fun. See you when you get back.
You're not leaving our site. We're taking you with us.
No.
No. He couldn't.
He did. Makuta did this.
She has a connection with the marine life. Golly felt it happen.
It's okay. I'm here. Rest now, friend.
I'm sorry.
We're going to the maze. We can't stand by any longer.
Wait a second.
It rearranged itself.
I don't even see a route to travel on.
So many mysteries.
The answers you seek lie inside. This is it.
Is this...
Where we came from?
Something is written here, but it is not Okotian. I cannot read it.
It says, Hero Prototype Mark 1.
You can read that?
It's Matoran, of course I can read it. It's the language of my world.
Wait, the people that created us are from your world?
It looks like it.
So what? Are you from some sort of factory that made heroes?
No, that'd be stupid. This wasn't even a factory. It'd be much larger if it was.
Can you read this?
Of course. Day 1. Our evacuation did not go as planned. The destruction of our planet was inevitable with the departure of the Great Spirit of Spherus Magna. Wait, Spherus Magna? I don't believe it.
What is it?
Your creators were the great beings.
Okay. What was so great about them?
Contrary to what the name implies, not that much, actually. In my travels through different dimensions, I've learned more than probably nearly anyone else about the origins of my world, and what's written here on this wall. The beings that inhabited this workshop were the creators of my world. My whole universe. I'm shocked. Actually, I'm shocked that I'm shocked.
What else does the wall say?
Let me see here. Looks like 6 great beings escaped the destruction of their home, Spherus Magna, by using the Mask of Time, the full Mask of Time, that's a new one to me, to transport them and their workshop, this maze, to the future. However, something went wrong, because of course it did, and they wound up stuck on this planet, which is way off course for any of the Magnas. The Mask of Time broke in 2 pieces, the top portion able to grant visions of the future, and the bottom became a paperweight. Its temporal energy went somewhere else. Convenient.
So they became stuck on this planet.
Yes. Next, it says they used the top portion of the Mask of Time to view the outcome of the giant robot backup plan, and saw that it had created its own life forms to help sustain it. Inspired by their grandchildren, so to speak, they decided to try their hand at creating another civilization. The third time is the charm, I guess. But, having learned from the experiences of their previous failures with the Glatorian, the new robot, and all that it was doing, and the mess that they created back home, I guess they decided the first thing to do was make a new alphabet, because that is where the Matoran stops.
Wait, what's that symbol?
That? It's just the Matoran symbol for unity, duty, and destiny. It's not a big deal.
Unity.
Duty.
And destiny.
We've seen that symbol before. It was in Ikimu's tomb.
We've talked about the three virtues essentially since the day we all stepped foot on the island.
Unity with each other, our duty to the island, our destiny to defeat evil.
Are these programmed into us by our creators?
Look at this. It says their first two creators were based off a dynamic found in their great spirit robot. Matanui and his equal, the Brotherhood of Makuta? A specific member named Pterodax for his ambition and duty to the Great Spirit.
Oh, look. The great beings messed up again. What? I'm not going to spoil it. Keep reading. I'm sure they'll explain where they screwed up eventually.
The Great Beings had three legendary masks of power with them still. The now broken Mask of Time, the Mask of Control, and the Mask of Creation. Other legendary masks existed, but these were the three that the Great Beings had with them before the shattering. They gave Makuta the Mask of Control, and Ikimu the Mask of Creation, and set them loose on a newly created island mask created from protodermis.
Hold on a second. Your mask maker guy, the one you look up but down to, wears the Mask of Creation.
Yeah, that's pretty common knowledge.
Huh. Noted.
Regular villagers were then created, but unlike their past creations, they had a limited lifespan. So these new beings could procreate by joining hands in a pool of energized protodermis? 7 pools of such liquid were placed on the island, 1 in each corner of the island and the 7th in the middle, where the city of mask makers now rests. The island was named Okoto, from the Matoran word for creation.
Here it says that guardians were built to defend the villages from the island's wildlife. When this threat diminished, the guardians became gladiators.
Guess that's Kulta and his morons accounted for.
Very fascinating. I'm so used to knowing exactly where I came from that I forget that most beings have no clue where their origins lie.
Oh yeah? Then where did you come from?
I was originally a being named Vezok, before I got shot with the Spear of Fusion and I got all of the smart parts. Now I hate him. Or myself. However you want to look at that.
Okay.
Look at this part. It says the great beings eventually discovered that they had a stowaway with them on this new world. A gladiator, a Glatorian of the jungle tribe. This Glatorian had a deep hatred for the great beings and hunted several of the creatures on Okoto to near extinction.
Including my friend's species. He was the last one.
It looks like they fought for years and years without the Okotians ever finding out. One day he fell into one of the creation pools. The great beings assumed he was gone, but he was now mutated and deformed, able to control the shadows with his own unintentional creation, the Mask of Shadows. He became known to a select few of the Okotians to which his legend spread, and he was given the moniker Shadow Hunter.
Umarak.
It continues. The great beings had another vision through the Mask of Time. Apparently they had made a terrible mistake. A member of their Brotherhood of the Makuta, that they thought would be loyal, instead turned on his brother and put him into a deep slumber. Our Makuta is very similar to this Pterodax, and they figured it was only a matter of time before he would turn on Ikimu. So they began another project.
Us.
Oh, it's getting exciting! They began work construction on us, basing our personalities off of 6 identical Toa heroes whose duty job it was to wake up the Matanui robot.
Their notes suggest that they did make a mistake. Pohatu was meant to be optimistic rather than grumpy.
It's not like the team needed 2 happy-go-lucky cheery guys anyway.
There was only one thing they had to do. Give us elemental powers. And to do so they had to sacrifice their own elemental powers and instill us with them.
Great beings with elemental powers. Did not see that one coming.
Giving up all their power would kill them, and they knew there was the possibility that they would still be needed. So they gave us most of the power and reverted back into animalistic forms prior to their evolution.
Our creators are the elemental creatures?
Definitely did not see that one coming.
As the transference of power completed, Umarak attacked, attempting to destroy us, but the creatures fought him off and sealed him deep inside the Adazai mountain range, where virtually no one would be able to find him or awaken him.
With that done, the creatures placed us inside canisters and launched us into orbit around the planet and placed the upper half of the Mask of Time in a new temple for the Okotans to discover. That way, when the time was right, they would lead Akimu to it, and he could begin construction on our masks.
This looks like their final message. Toa, if you are reading this, then you have saved Akimu and claimed the Mask of Control to keep Makuta away from it. Should he manage to escape the Shadow Realm, there is a way to stop him for good. Unleashing all of your elemental energies at once will destroy him, no matter the form, and end his threat for good. However, you will be drained, and the pods in orbit will activate their recall failsafe to recharge your elemental energies, so you will be ready to save the island come a danger we cannot foresee. Only do this as a last resort, as the recharge will take considerable time. In our more primitive forms, we shall assist you in any way we can to right the wrongs of our failed experiments. But our mental capacities are quickly fading, and while we will remain smarter than the average ash bear, we will not be able to fully communicate with you. Hold dear the 3 virtues of unity, duty, and destiny, and Okoto shall be saved.
And that is it.
We know how to stop Makuta.
But at what cost?
I guess we're done here.
You've been gone for a while. Where did you go?
Makuta drained an entire lake into a region of water. The death toll was staggering.
If Makuta wanted us to go back to the maze like Tahu said, he finally got us to go.
What did you learn?
Oh, don't mind him. He's just in the middle of an existential crisis.
We can talk soon, Akimu. Let's go see what's bothering Tahu.
So, I hear you have a pool of energized protodermis underneath that forge of yours.
I'm not sure what protodermis is, but we do have a pool of creation, yes.
Well, where I come from, that liquid can do all sorts of things, and the Toa will need it to take care of your Makuta problem. They want me to get things started while they talk to Hothead. Mind leading me to it?
If the Toa require it to defeat Makuta, then they can have all they need. However, I do not feel you should be left with it unsupervised.
Of course. If I had a giant power source underneath my house and an interdimensional being wanted to access it, I'm not sure I would trust him with it either. I'll just go rejoin the Toa then. Toodles.
Ikir, I know who you are. Who you all are. You created us.
Tahu?
They knew, golly. This entire time, they knew how we could stop Makuta. And yet they never said anything!
You read that wall, same as us. They're not as they used to be. We don't even know how much they actually remember. Whatever memories they retain might just feel like instincts to them.
They remember that they created us. They led us to the maze for the Mask of Control. They couldn't have also shown us the workshop when we were there the last time.
To be fair, there were some other pressing issues at the time.
I know, but...
Tahu, what's the problem? What's actually bothering you? We finally figured out where we came from and how to stop Makuta. We can win this.
But is it our choice? We were built. Everything we've done on this island. Have we really done it? Or has it simply been programming, taking us through the motions?
The best things in the universe are always at the bottom of a big staircase.
Does it really matter if we're programmed?
Of course it does!
We still have a job to do either way. Whether we make our own decisions or follow some predetermined directive, it doesn't matter. We're here to save Okoto, and that's what we're gonna do.
Why? Why do you say that? Why do you think that?
Oh, not you too, Pohatu.
Ah, here we are.
What do you think you're doing?
Oh, waiting on you, of course.
I told you not to be down here alone.
I'm not alone, though, am I?
The Toe and I could tell from the start. You may not be of this world, or an agent of my brother, but no matter what realm you're in, you are not a friend to Toa.
Not generally, no. I consider myself more of an anti-hero than a straight-up villain, though, so don't start putting me into the pure evil category, please.
I suppose it won't be possible to ask you to surrender quietly, will it?
No. Oh, I'd love to see a Taraga do that.
Toa will be here any moment.
Oh, I can't wait. Now, let me borrow that very special mask of yours.
Tahu has a point. If we were programmed, lacking free will, it may be possible that Makuta reprogrammed us during our time among the stars.
How would he have even been able to get to us?
How did he know about the maze in the first place? Everything we learned today, he's known for who knows how long. That night months ago, when we awoke Akimu and found the Mask of Creation, he said he knew of the island's origins. And ours.
It's something I've thought about ever since. How much of his schemes have revolved around knowing exactly what we would do?
He can't be all-knowing.
We've had 2 encounters with him. One underneath Akimu's forge, and another where he beat us without even trying. Is he really that powerful? Or does he just happen to know the moves we'll make before we make them? I was voted team leader because I displayed natural leader characteristics. Do I? Or was I just programmed to be the leader? Was the other Tahu I was based on the leader? If Makuta knows these things, he could be using them against us.
He can't know more than us. If anything, we know more than him because of the other language he couldn't read.
If he were all-knowing, then how did we stop Kulta? How did we stop Umarak?
We didn't stop Kulta. Akimu did. And sure, we beat Umarak, but afterward Makuta shows up having possessed his body.
This entire time, we have been playing into his hands.
Just as I thought, like how the protodermis affected the Umarak, its too affects this mask. If only I had more so I could fully utilize its power. Oh look, a convenient pool of energized protodermis. Just waiting.
What was that?
Has anyone seen the smart mouth with the big teeth?
No, but whatever that was feels like it's coming from the foundation of the building.
There's an antechamber below with a pool of creation. It's the lowest point of the building.
Good news! I think I've finally got my little forceful dimension hopping problem under control. More good news? Thanks to the energy of the protodermis combined with the mask creation, I can create literally anything from nothing. Thanks to this, I am one of the most powerful beings in existence. I can hop all around the different dimensions and get rid of anyone who annoys me. Let's start with you. They're probably brain dead with a penchant for ripping things limb from limb, but that'll serve my purposes just fine. A mute Hakan is the best Hakan. Get them. Plenty more where that came from. killing Vezok over and over again looks like fun. I want to try. Oh, that is fun.
Still think whoever programmed us could have predicted this?
Well, we did just unite with our creatures without a second thought.
Yeah, we're having a talk after this, Uxar. Why jump on my back? Are you just too lazy to fly on your own?
We can settle this later. Focus on getting Akimu's mask away from Vezok.
Onua, clear me a path!
Here's an idea. Since you're already copies built by the great beings based on versions of you from my universe, how about I get you to fight each other? Let's start with hot and cold.
Are we supposed to look like that?
I don't like it.
No, you don't. Now, let's see if this thing is up to snuff by making 2 Onuas.
Ikimu!
Well, that stung just as much the second time. I hate portals. And Toa!
Okay. Anyone else super confused about what just happened?
Mask Maker, you look like
Like a Toa.
A Toa of light.
I feel different. You just took a dip in whatever that stuff is that makes baby Okotons. I'm guessing no one has ever fully submerged themselves in it before? No.
You need to rest, Akimu. Whatever transformation you've gone through needs time to settle.
Perhaps now would be a good time to fill me in on what's happened in the maze. Where do we even begin?
Akimu's resting in his chambers. He'll join us when he's ready.
Now we can return to the discussion at hand before we were interrupted.
What is there to discuss? The creatures built us in a lab to save Okoto. Outside of that, we all have different opinions, and I don't think we'll be able to convince each other to think otherwise.
There's plenty to discuss. If we don't agree on a plan of action, Makuta will gather the last pieces of the Mask of Ultimate Power and take over the island.
The question remains whether we can actually defeat Makuta. According to the messages the creatures left, if we combine all of our power, we can destroy Makuta once and for all. Is that correct?
Alright, I'm satisfied.
Just like that.
Yes, just like that. We're Toa heroes, Tahu. We were tasked with saving the island, and we know how to do it, so we do it. Why is that so problematic for you?
Because how do we know Makuta isn't using that to his advantage? How do we know that when we destroy him, he doesn't have some sort of dark spell ready to go that'll bring him back when we're not around?
If that happens, then the Protectors can just recite the Prophecy of Heroes and bring us back, right?
But how long will that take? The message said it would take time for our powers to recharge. How long is that? That might be exactly what Makuta's planning on. Using that amount of time to conquer the island and destroy any way for us to be brought back. Or even us as we recharge. And if we are brought back, will we retain our memories? Will we be blank like we were the first time?
You think our memories would be erased?
The message said recharge, not reset.
That message was so vague, we can't really know what will happen.
Regardless, it's our duty to save the island, so we have to stop Makuta.
Why, though? Why is it our duty? Our destiny? Did you ever really stop and think of what those words meant before today? We have a destiny, as in the outcome is predetermined. Is there just some big prophecy out there on a wall with our every move written down before we make it? Is our destiny just our programming? We're standing here arguing about it, yet do we really even have a choice?
No, we don't. We either stop Makuta or he takes over the island and enslaves everyone. There has never been a choice.
That's exactly what I'm getting at. Why has there never been a choice?
Because it's the right thing to do!
How do we know it's the right thing to do?
Calm down, you two. If anything, the fact that we're even arguing about this proves that we are sentient and in control of our actions and choices.
Perhaps. Or could it simply be a safeguard in our programming to keep us from stepping out of line? Was Pohatu's choice to save Qatar really his choice? Or was it a directive in his programming to keep his creator alive above all else?
Okay, I wouldn't go that far. I couldn't stand to be around Qatar at first, but I warmed up to him. That can't be programming.
Can it not? You dislike scorpion-like creatures because of experience. But your creator is a scorpion-type creature, so perhaps the programming had to take over.
Exactly. Our programming could be used against us to Makuta's advantage if that's actually part of it.
It doesn't matter. We don't know that Makuta's planning any of this. All we can do is ensure that he's stopped, no matter the cost.
How do you know you're not just supposed to say that? How do you know if we're even alive?
I don't really know if we're alive or not. But I feel a duty to help those in need, so that's what I'm going to do, whether I've been programmed to or not.
That's a nice sentiment. But we can't do what's written on that wall when we don't know how much Makuta knows. There's too much at stake. Maybe you don't have to.
You need to be resting.
I feel fine, Onua.
What did you mean by, we may not have to?
I may have the power to defeat my brother. It's not something anyone could have foreseen. It could not have been part of our Creator's plan. As Gali stated, for all intents and purposes, I am the Toe of Light. My brother has embraced the power of shadows, and I have been bathed in the power of light. One final battle for the fate of Okoto. Light versus dark.
Could that work?
Wonderful. Even the great beings don't know.
I need some air. Let me.
I'm going to go check on Akmu. It might be a good idea for us to get some rest.
You are troubled. Very observant. Today has been very strange. Interdimensional beings, Hakmau. The revelation of our entire civilization's origin. The Protectors thought that those stars were representations of us. Some sort of omen in the sky. They were wrong. Those stars were us. Canisters sitting up there, holding us in orbit until the Protectors hit the prophecy of heroes. The creatures engineered all of this. Are you mad at them for it? No. They were making sure no harm came to Okoto. Listening to your argument, I made an observation. You and Gali have different opinions on how to do it, but you both want the same thing, to save the island. Is that programming? I don't know. Gali was right when she said that she feels a duty to protect Okoto. I feel it too. We all do. I don't care if it's programming or not. I'll do what I can to protect each and every Okotan on this island. I just don't want that sense of duty or programming or whatever to be used against us. You feel that Gali and Liwa are perhaps being too hasty. Makuta has thrown so much at us, and has had all of this time to prepare while you slept and the Okotans were divided. I just want to be ready for anything you may throw at us. Again, your instincts are to protect the island. I know what I want to do. I just wish I knew how to do it. You must do what you feel is right. That is the only thing any of us can do.
How is he?
Still weak, but recovering. A friendly mask will do him some good.
Hey, buddy. How are you feeling?
Terrible. In more ways than one.
The healer says you'll recover. When you do, I think it's time you move back into the city.
I agree. We're stronger united. If I had been in the city, Makuta wouldn't have been able to get me.
Well, that's not necessarily true. but let's stick to being in the city as a good thing.
You're going to stop him, right?
I promise. We will do everything in our power to save the island.
Good. I'm sorry, Pohatu, for everything.
It's okay. No one thinks less of you. In fact, Ikimu finished this earlier today. It's for you, to replace the other one.
I don't know what to say.
I think a thank you to Ikimu is in order. When you're back on your feet, of course.
Right. Pohatu, thank you.
It was my duty, but it was also my pleasure.
Good morning, Toa.
Morning, Mask Maker.
Where is Tahu?
We assumed he was with you.
I have not seen him since last night.
Maybe he's in the District of Fire?
I hope he is.
Toa, what can we do for you?
We are looking for Tahu.
I have not seen him. I assumed he was in the forge with the rest of you.
He didn't.
I'm afraid he did.
I feel like we're missing something.
Paranoid about his purpose, Tahu has rushed off to battle Makuta on his own.
Maybe he just went swimming instead.
Really? Tahu? Swim?
Yeah, I knew it was a long shot.
We must find him immediately. If anything happens to him...
We know. Everyone gather your creatures and meet at the north gate.
We'll be back. Keep the city safe until then.
It will be done, Toa.
We've been searching all night. He has to be here somewhere. Let's end this. Your threat ends now, Makuta!
Toa Tahu, how very bold of you to come alone.
You are going to pay for everyone you've hurt, everything you've destroyed.
I take it you've gone back to the maze. You have. Otherwise, you never would have come alone.
Why? Why send us back there? We know how to stop you.
Indeed you do, but you will be unable to do so because you know.
Are you so sure about that?
Here you are alone, instead of being unified with your team. That's all the proof I need.
How?
Without going to the maze again, you would have eventually figured it out on your own. Combine all your powers at once and you will destroy me. You would have done so without hesitation because it was your idea. The 6 of you united would make the ultimate sacrifice by your own choice. You would live up to the names bestowed upon you by our creators, and truly be worthy of the title Toa. Now, however, you know what is required of you, and it scares you to death. Do not deny it, Tahu. You are afraid of your destiny, of the unknown that comes after. You cannot sacrifice yourself to defeat me, for you are sentient, and no sentient creature could willingly sacrifice themselves by command. It would have to be your choice.
How did you even learn of our origins? You've been stuck in the Shadow Realm.
I was. But as you saw that night you awoke Ikimu, I was able to commune with this realm through the shadows. I explored. A specter traveling to and fro, unable to interact with anything, but still able to see it all. I found my mask of control and the maze that housed it, along with our entire history. It was then my plan for revenge began to take shape. I convinced the creatures of Shadow to invade my home to prompt the protectors to summon you, Toa. Only those born of the elements could access the maze. opening the door for Umarak to wear my mask and be connected with me. Then I could collect the remnants of the Mask of Ultimate Power and bring my true form back so I could rule over Okoto.
And the skeleton army?
Mere pawns to add to the threat against the island. I knew they wouldn't survive their confrontation with you or Ikimu, let alone be powerful enough to wear the Mask of Control. Umarak was already touched by Shadow, and a perfect candidate. Kulta and his hordes did their job. They got you here so you could open the maze.
And we served as extra incentive for Umarak to walk into your trap.
I admire your deductions. Everything that has transpired has done so as I've seen fit. Whatever victories you've achieved or setbacks you think I've encountered, you have done nothing but help me reach my goal. Thank you, Tahu.
No. I will end you here and now, putting an end to your schemes.
Will you? I now possess all the fragments of the Mask of Ultimate Power. I defeated your entire team without any of them. I will destroy you here and now, and without the element of fire, all 6 elements cannot be combined to destroy me. Nothing can stop me.
Is that so, brother?
Ikimu, this is unexpected.
For all your boasting, there are things that have happened beyond your control. Vaison, for one.
Yes, the Traveler was an interesting wrinkle.
There's no need for this to end ugly, Makuta. Let us do this peacefully.
Peacefully? How'd you execute someone peacefully, Toa of Water? I have ultimate power. I will end you.
Toa, stand back. I will deal with him.
No, Akimu. This is our destiny.
What are they doing?
We've been too hesitant. They're doing what we cannot.
Get clear! It's going to...
What happened?
Where's Makuta?
Did we just win? No. My brother left while we were unconscious.
Where are...
The creatures.
Guitar! What's wrong? Something's wrong with them.
They gave up all their elemental powers.
They're dying.
Ikir. Ikir? Dolly? Odua? Anyone?
Hello.
Ikir?
That is what you call me? Yes?
You're... talking.
I wasn't always in this form. I can change to something else if it makes you more comfortable.
Where are we?
We are still on the mountain. I am speaking to you in your mind.
You're dying.
Yes. I'm afraid we don't have long.
I have so many questions.
And I cannot answer all of them.
You just sacrificed your power. How are we supposed to defeat Makuta now?
The enhanced abilities you were able to wield when we were combined never came from us. It was inside you all along. You just needed something to help channel that power. If anything, we held you back.
So, if we give it all up, we can stop Makuta.
Yes.
What about Akimu? He's the toe of light now. Will he be able to stop Makuta?
I do not know. This isn't anything we are able to foresee through the Mask of Time. He might be able to stop Makuta. He may not. If not, though, then you know what you have to do.
Ikir, I'm scared.
I know. Do not worry, Tahu. Trust your instincts. Be the hero you are destined to be, and you shall be victorious. Goodbye.
No, Ikure! Wait!
Uxar? No! No! You killed them! Tahu, why didn't you just do what we were told?
This isn't his fault.
No, it's Makuta's.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean...
What is done is done.
And now we don't have the power required to stop Makuta.
Actually, we do. Ikure spoke to me in some sort of vision. The power we used when combined with the creatures wasn't their power. It was ours, just channeled through them to allow us to use it. Combining with them must have kept us from using it all too early.
So, we can still stop Makuta.
And maybe Ikimu.
So what's our next move? Where could have Makuta gone?
I'm going to take a wild guess and say that Makuta went to the dark, scary cloud of doom.
It has started. He's assembled all 6 pieces of the Mask of Ultimate Power, and is opening a dark portal to bring his true form back to this realm.
Everything we've done.
All the battles we have fought.
All the friends we've made?
It's all down to this.
No matter how, it ends today.
Is that the last of them?
I think so. It is up to the Toa now.
Brave to the last moment. The portal is growing. You cannot stop it now.
No. But if I destroy you before it can reach its apex, then there will be nothing to come through.
Ikimu.
Gali has begun with us. Now, it will end with us.
So be it, brother. Shadows consume everything. Even the sun must set and allow night to cross the land.
Never! Even when the sun sets, it will eventually rise again to bring light back to the world.
But you forget, brother, that even at the height of the midday sun, there are always shadows. The darkness will always consume the light.
Here it goes again.
Is he okay?
He is unconscious, but alive.
What about Makuta?
I guess that's the end of Umarak.
But was it also the end of Makuta?
He's here.
At long last, I have truly returned. Little Toa, you have failed. I offer you this one chance. Join me, and you shall get to live as royalty. Forget your pathetic destiny. Be my dark Toa, and help me rule the island.
I'm sorry.
Tahu, no!
Wise choice, Toa of Fire.
When we first arrived on this island, I had no memories prior to awaking. I assume my memory's been wiped, but as it turns out, I didn't have any memories because it just hadn't been activated before. Every step of the way, I was told it was my destiny to defeat evil, and I never questioned it. Am I really alive? Am I just following my programming? I don't know. What I do know is that I've made friends along the way. My team, Ikimu, Narmoto, and the other protectors. Our creators might have designed us to save the island, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to save those that I care about, no matter what happens to me. And that starts by stopping you.
Enjoy your oblivion. You cannot defeat me alone.
He's not alone.
You cannot destroy my destiny.
For unity!
For duty!
And for destiny!
No!
Guys?
We're still here!
Guys.
Oh. I'm going to miss this place.
Our destiny has been found. It is time for us to go.
Why wait?
Perhaps so we could say goodbye.
I don't know what else to say, except thank you.
I don't want to go.
None of us do. But the job is done, and the island is safe. If we're needed again, we'll be waiting in the stars. Farewell, Toa.
And so the Toa returned to the heavens from which they had been summoned. Ikimu returned to the city and relayed the tale of what had happened to the protectors at the time for them to pass down to their descendants. I have heard this legend from my father, who heard it from his father, who heard it from his father, who heard it from Ikimu.
Protector Vakama?
Yes, young one.
Do you think the Toa will ever come back?
We do not know for certain. But I do believe that if our home is ever threatened again, and we call upon them, the Toa will return to save the island from darkness. For that is the way of the BIONICLE.